Hey, if more effort isn't creating you more growth for your company, that's called hitting a plateau. And it's not the market, it's the ceiling that many good companies end up hitting. But you're not alone, and it's not random. Once you understand what's driving this, you are going to know exactly how to fix it and fix it for good.
This is the Franchise Pitfalls and Profit Show. Each week, we bring you the challenges and triumphs of being in the franchise development and consulting business. The things you need to make money faster. And now your host, one of the most successful franchise developers in North America, Don Shin.
Hey, welcome back to Franchise Pitfalls and Profits. For more than 25 years, I have been helping business owners and franchise leaders scale the right way, scale responsibly, transform their operations and their systems so that they're replicatable. Is that a word? And turn growth into long-term value for the entity and the asset that they have. And today we're going to kick off a new series. I'm very excited about this. It's called The Scaling Pathway. This series is all about one big idea, and that is growth doesn't stop because your product or your service really isn't good enough anymore. It's most likely stopping because of the way that you're growing. The way that you're growing cannot get you to the next level. So you see, most companies get to a certain revenue mark, couple $1 million, $5 million, honestly, maybe even as high as $10 million. And then they hit what I call this growth plateau. Things that used to work stop working. It's hard to see it when you're in it, but more effort doesn't equal more results. And yet that's what we do constantly. We try to put more effort in. So no matter how many hours that you put in or your team is putting in, scale just doesn't happen. So today I'm going to explain why this circumstance happens to many businesses. And I'm going to talk about how businesses that break through it are actually growing differently. You know, the old saying about doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And what that is, that's a definition of insanity. I've also heard that what got you here won't get you there. So spoiler alert, one of the most powerful ways that businesses scale the right way is by scaling through other people, not just more effort of their own, of the founders, of the executive. And franchising is one of the smartest ways to make that happen. I'm going to get into that more later on. So, why does growth stall? It's not what most people think. Most owners are assuming that the growth is slowing because the market's saturated. The competitor seems to be in my market more today than they ever were. Or get on those marketing people, get on those sales people. Maybe blaming the sales teams is another option, but in reality, the plateau is usually happening and it's being caused by things that you control. It's being caused by internal constraints. Maybe the owner's too central to the daily operations. Maybe there's no scalable leadership structure. Everything still runs and kind of, the universe of the company revolves around the owner. Maybe the systems and the processes haven't caught up beyond just the small company mode. A $4 or $5 million company needs different systems than a $1 or a $2 million company. So maybe they just haven't evolved as you've been able to grow the sales. And here's a really big one. Expansion requires capital, and the owner is most often funding what growth they are getting out of cash flow. Again, not a terrible thing, but again, this is why your business is starting to plateau. You're doing things the same way you've always done them, but you're expecting different results. So this is what I've framed up as the invisible ceiling. And you can't punch through it or break through it just on hustle alone. You have to change the model. So that's really what we're going to be working on and talking about today is changing the model. What are some ideas about this? I think there's three things or levers that unlock the next stage of growth. If you've hit this plateau, again, I think there's three ways to do this, three levers that you can pull, and these are the same levers that are foundational to a concept or a business becoming a franchise, or as we use here at FBE, we always use the phrase, are you franchisable? These are the same things that would make your concept franchisable and therefore give you the ability to scale through franchising. Again, that's going to come along the way in these future episodes. One of the levers is people. Leverage people. Shift from I need to hire more employees to I need more leaders. You grow by creating leadership layers and letting others own the results. Be responsible, be accountable for getting you the results you want to get. A second lever is to leverage systems. Document everything that you're doing. Growth comes from replication, something that's repeatable. Doesn't necessarily come from reinvention. And then the third lever or thing to leverage is capital. Stop funding your expansion dollar for dollar on your own. Look for ways to scale through maybe other people's investments. And again, that's ultimately what franchising is all about. That is a franchise or that is an ultimate version of scaling franchising with other people's investments. Again, we're going to talk a lot about that. But again, if this episode is beginning to resonate with you, be sure you go to our website, ask specifically for the FBE Franchise Growth Playbook, and we will get that right off to you in a PDF version so that you can start to do something with some of the things that you're going to be learning about here today. So most owners are just trying to scale the way they've always scaled, add another location, add another team member, throw people at it, add another crew. And that works to a certain extent, but it's only going to get you so far. Eventually, that math stops working. So there are limits, if you will, to linear growth. Your growth slows down because you're trying to expand line by line instead of creating something out of multiples. Instead of multiplication, you're simply trying to scale adding. In a future episode, we're going to talk, do a deep dive into how companies move from this linear growth mindset to an exponential scale and why most successful brands don't just grow bigger, they actually grow faster, quicker. So the mindset shift of every scalable founder has got to be breaking through this plateau. But it's not about just doing more, as I've been saying. It's about becoming more. The owner's role shifts. You've got to get out of being the center of the universe for your operations. You might want to think of it this way. You would go from being an operator to being the architect of your business, of your brand, of your concept. You go from doer to designer and to leader. It's a shift that every scalable company has got to make. And the sooner that you make it, the faster you unlock this next level that we're talking about. So here's the reality. If you're feeling stuck, if growth seems harder than it ever was before, it's not a reflection of your business's potential. It's actually a signal that you've hit this natural ceiling that is normal. It's not random. It's natural. And a lot of successful companies have been there. They've reached that. Again, the good news is this is kind of where the fun starts, because on the other side of that ceiling, once you punch through it, the business, again, I'm speaking to you founders or to you owners, the business is going to grow beyond you. Might sound frightening, but it's how you're going to exponentially reach new levels. Franchising is one of the most powerful ways to do this, to get there. It's something you should really consider. People haven't always thought about that, but it is absolutely something you should consider if you want to grow exponentially and grow faster, not just bigger. And we're going to explore that. As I said, this is a series of episodes. We're going to talk more in depth about that. If this episode, though, so far is still hitting home, we've put together another tool to help you take it to the next step. And it's called Are You Franchisable? It's a diagnostic tool that walks you through the key areas of readiness factors for every scalable business. Every scalable needs these factors. Whether you ever scale by franchising or not, this is going to be an incredible set of outside eyes and ears looking at your business in ways that no one's ever looked at them before, and in ways that will help you, again, scale your concept, whether it's through franchising or not. It's just great fundamentals on how to scale a business. Again, the tool is called Are You Franchisable? Go to the website, the Contact Us section, and ask for more detail about the Are You Franchisable diagnostic tool and assessment. But for now, again, I will send it to you. It'll be a download or a PDF that we can get right off to you. It's going to be a checklist type mindset on scaling businesses. And in our next episode, we're going to look at 4 common growth paths, and we're going to talk about which one builds the most long-term value. And you might be surprised where franchising is actually going to rank. But one last time, if what you're hearing here sounds a lot like you and sounds a lot like your company, be sure to go to the website, the Contact Us form section, ask specifically for the franchise growth playbook, or ask for the Are You Franchisable tool, or both. But they're both great things for you to consider. And if you're already a franchisor, the franchisor playbook is great. So again, go to the website, Contact Us would be the best thing that you can do. And here's the information for you that's going to help you get there. So before I close, this was a quick introduction to the series, the scalable pathway. But I want you to know my heart behind all of this, behind everything I do, is that franchising isn't just a transaction. It's not just about systems. It's not just about somebody making a sale. This is about people. There's a person on the other side of every franchise signature. There's a family behind that. There are new employees and their families, and there's whole communities. And I believe that if we help people build the right foundation, get in the right place, and build the right foundation, we don't just build businesses, we're creating futures and we're building legacies. Ultimately, what I do is tied into my faith, because my purpose is to impact generationally. I like to say that I like to impact my grandchildren's grandchildren. And I do it all giving God the glory, because he's given me everything that I have. And I'm here because of him. So again, like the episodes, subscribe to the podcast, Franchise Pitfalls and Profits on YouTube. And we'll see you next time to talk more about scaling your business.